Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. And now we're getting a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Going for it, here's Etienne. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. They find some open field here. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Let's go. Great.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sly able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive and pay off the points for themselves.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. All-around great play by Devin Lloyd, using his athleticism to get to the backfield and his strength to stop him for a loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Out here. 81, 81. 82, 82.
Wins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Not to take it for granted, but it was business as usual for Terry McLaurin, up over 1,000 yards for the 2nd straight year. Now he gets to work with Carson Wentz in Washington, and may be the best receiver Wentz has had to throw to in his entire 7-year career. That connection yields a 1st down with that throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Andre Cisco there on the stop. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Gibson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Great 57. Kill.
Wentz now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Here we go. Tyson.
They'll go. It's Gibson. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Well, that is a situation, Charles, where it's too long for the field goal. Why not take a chance on 4th down? And, boy, does it pay off handsomely.
And living with a lot of second guessing goes with the job description when you're the head coach. And most guys nowadays, they understand and study analytics. They have someone on staff that walks them through it and then talks in their ear on game day. So they're a lot more comfortable rolling the dice and going for it.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Second down and a run by Robinson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. A give up the middle to Gibson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points.
But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many
three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things.
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Robinson on a give right side.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was Summer.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. That'll go as a 16-yard gain as they pick up the first.
Now Lawrence to throw.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
That's going to be caught by Kirk.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. But to throw again is Lawrence.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now down to 20.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, Gibson. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Now Wentz on third down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
I'm ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's got some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open, that's a good start for him.
Another tote for Etienne. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence, he's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he fires one, but incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Rock it.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Etienne. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. In motion left goes a tight end. Here's Lawrence to throw. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Lawrence going to keep it again, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They go play action with Lawrence. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Hey, rock it, rock it.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
They get this out quickly to the left side. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. A give to Etienne running right. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
14, 82, 14.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about in pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. A handoff for Gibson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Back. Great 57. Great 15. Great 15.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Oh, hit
as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball.